So the 4 meters is going to be the ground floor, let me say the downs, and then another 4 meters is going to be the up. Yeah. Once we are creating it, it's not only that. This is the meter room. We have nothing to do about that. We go out. As you can see, this is a submarine board. And then we wanted to install the meters. As you can see, the wood, we had to cut everything by myself and then place it where it's supposed to be placed. And then so that I can able to fix my meters on it. This is a marine board. And as you can see, the amber cable is here too. We are having to install the amber cable. And then the amber cable will be installed based on certain things. We have to erect the amber cable right here. We already bought a pole, which is, we bought the pole. That was a live pole right here. We have to erect the pole in between the neighbor fence. And then we erected the pole. And then the amber cable have to go through the ground all the way to the house. And then it saved the meters as well. In the house, we have a design that we normally do for our client. So as you can see, the cable is right here on the roadside and the main entrance. The amber cable is here, laying with the precautions. There's a pipe that we have to use it to lay the amber cable for the extra protections. As you can see, I'm working towards with the amber cable. This is how we bury the amber cable. And then we leave that. We are going to cut here and just move it all the way to the outside to store the amber cable. We got our meter room there. Let us go and look how the cable have been fixed there. This is the meter room. As you can see, we have 16 square meters have been grabbed here. Each of apartment have their own meter, have their own independent meter. And then the compound, some of the lighting, which is the external lighting for the fence wall, the internal lighting for the fence wall, all of them, especially the pump on the ground, all of them is going to come here. We have another store distribution board, which is a 4-way distribution board, and then we're going to mount the meters all the way here. That is the place that we have to mount the meters there. All the 8 meters have to be mounted there. That is what the client requested us to do. And then we do the work for the client satisfactions because initially a program that we have already drawn was we have making a meters each of every apartment. As you can see, that was the meter 1, and then we got a meter 2 right here. We got a meter 2 right here, and then the meter 3 is in the that area, and then it goes also all the way from the upstairs. And then the client called us, "Hi GH, I want you to change the plans whereby you are going to be centralize all the meters on the electrical room." And okay, so I decided just to do so. So what I did was I have centralized everything because we have 7 different apartments. We have a 3-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, like obviously 3, and then the 1-bedroom apartment is obviously is 2 as well. So we have centralized all of them on the meter room. And the meter room, let us show you what we have done there. It's a great work, great transmissions, and then we got another design for the client, though is a commercial purpose. Which is here is a meter room. We got 200 amps for the TPN, and then all the way to the bus bar, and to save our meters as well. And then we have the changeover to control the situation in case the compound lighting should have be 24/7 based on the security fence electric fence, the cameras, and then the pump for the poly tank, and then external lighting for the fence wall, internal lighting for the fence wall. All of them have to base on a certain distribution board, which is the four-way distribution board. It's a separate meter. So it's gonna be like we're gonna put the fence wall, the energizers, which is going to power the fence wall, the fence wall, which is going to power the fence wall, and then the compound lighting, and the external lighting, and then the cameras, and then the pressure pump. All of them, they are potential to be taken into the separate meter as well. So that was basically for the design. After we finish everything, we will let you know, because now we got armor cable, 25 square meter right here, and then we have our submarine board that we are going to put everything on cost. After we done this, we got to make sure that we have uniform all the meters on the meter room. Uniform all the meters on the meter room, and then we can able to see each of the apartment where we wanted to make that provision to. So it's a typical design, and we're going to start it, and we are working it, and then we are almost done with the job. Let me say 80% work is done. This is the place that we have to erect it, the pole. Yeah, as you can see, I'm doing everything. I have guys, but I'm doing everything by myself. If those who know GH very well, yeah, we need to dig it by 3 or 4 feet, 3 or 4 feet at least. Minimum range is 3 feet. Yeah, 3 feet. So we have to erect this pole in between the my client fence and the neighbor fence, in between. Lovely, lovely work. Not easy for the day. Not easy for the day. All right. We'll be installing the pole. Make sure that we drag the 3-phase through this pole before the main entrance of the property. That is what we wanted to do here. All right, guys. Let's go back to the meter room. Yes. This is where we're going to mount it 8 meters in this marine board. And you can see all the supplier for each of every single apartment have been drawn. We have wired them in right here, because previously we wanted to do each of every apartment will be having their own meters on it. And then the client came with a different idea. So as you can see, this is a 2-bedroom apartment. We have it the meter 1 right there, and then this is a 3-bedroom apartment. We got it a meter 2 right there, the meter 2 right there, and then the meter 3 is somewhere here. It's another 2-bedroom apartment. It's the meter 3, if you can see it. And then the client came with the idea that he wants us to change the design, that each of our apartments will be having their own independent meter close to them, to change the idea to program every single meter to be centralized right here. To be centralized right here. Why not? You are working for the client, so you obey the client instructions. The only thing is that we're going to sit down with my team, and then we make a suggestions how to go about that, how to use the pipe work and everything. So each of the every apartment, whether the upstairs, the downstairs, all of them, their meters are being centralized here. having centralized here. As you can see, the other video I show you how we're going to mount our armor cable, putting all the precaution inside. The armor cable have been already buried on the in the ground. As you can see, there is the pipe that we use to bury our armor cable, giving us a step protection. This is where the pipe pass all the way to the pole. As you can see, there is not any ECG connection in this pole, but we already bury it very nicely. Let's go to the outside and see how we bury the pole. Yeah, as you can see, a meters away, we have an ECG pole right there, which is having a 3-phase. So the 3-phase from that ECG pole is we're gonna run it overhead and come back to this our client property through this the light pole, and then we have put the armor cable. As you can see, it's hanging over there. We have put the armor cable, and then the power is going to run on the underground all the way to the meter room area. And the meter room came with a specific design, which is we always know as for. It came with a specific design. The power doesn't go directly to the meters. We have to make sure that it go through a system. That system will make sure that the power is clean because electricity, if you wanted to use example for typical electricity, use it for your plumbing work in your house, that the water cannot go to your borehole or Ghana Water Company, come directly to your house. It's not drinkable. Trust me. You need to make sure that you filter, purify it before it becoming more drinkable for you. So that is what electricity means, that it doesn't go directly to save the meter. It needs to pass through a certain system. That system is going to give you the fair idea that you have a good electricity. Most of my property, here is the meter room. When we finish here, only the meter is going to be exposed. As you can see, we have our connectors, we have our TPN, we have our changeover. We haven't finished it. It's left with the solar allowance. We're going to put all of them in the place. And then the meters is going to mount it here. Very neat. We got our siren board. We are very neat. So we're going to mount the meters right here. We already put the knot. You can see the knot. We have the 4 knot. So that is the place that we're going to install these lovely meters. And then it comes with the 8 meters. We have a 7 apartment. 1 meter is extra, making it 8. So the 1 meter, what the idea was, the garage lighting, the compound, the compound fence wall, the fence wall lighting, external and internal lighting, and some of the pressure pump that is going to give us the water to the house. That was a pressure pump. And then the energizers that are going to supply the electric fence, the cameras power, all of them have to go through the extra meter for the compound. For the extra meter for the compound. That is what we are doing here on the client. After we are done, we're going to work in the 18 system. Because when you have an apartment like this, the most important thing is that when you finish all your wiring, you need to sit down. Make sure that all the 18 system is done. Because earthing is one of the crucial things in the electrical scenario. It helps us to die. So today is another series, which is where we erected the pole, which is yesterday. And then we have to extend the cable all the way to the other side, far side, to get the grade from there to supply this apartment. And then what we are doing is to connect the armor cable, which is underground cable, for the main aluminum cable for the ECG. So I will take you there for you to see where we erected the pole there yesterday. And then the installation is going on. You can see there is a pole installed, and then inside it, You can see the armor cable, which is underground cable, and then you can see the twins cable. The twins cable are purposely made for the ECG lines. And then when you wanted to extend your pole, whether you can use the rare copper where the EC is using, or whether you're going to use this twins cable, each of them came with it twice. So that is why they call it twins. So we wanted to connect the cable all the way from the ECG extended pole all the way to our client property so that we can get the power to save the meters. I think from the journey, you saw when we are digging the trench, or we are creating the hole for us to erect it, the pole. And then now we are creating a section where we can erect it, the pole. I see. You can see, not easy, connecting the power from that end, far end, all the way to this pole that we erected for this lovely apartment. As you can see, we got 7-bedroom apartment, and then so we're gonna have a 7 meters because of the 7-bedroom apartment. Definitely, we might have a 7 meters, and then there is an extra meter, which is purposely for the compound, external lighting, internal lighting, some of the pressure pump for the compound, some of the lighting, not only for the apartment, for the view of the people. All of them have to be extended to the different circuit distribution board for the extra meter, because each of apartment will be having their own independent meter or their own dedicated meter. And then when it comes to the erection system too, the same thing is going to work there. So that is what we are trying to do. We're trying to create for this lovely client. No heat. Let me see if I can take the person out. All right. That is the guy, my guy. And I think myself, you normally see, a lot of people may think that I'll always be in the office. Not like that. I be inside, sleep there, make sure that the necessary things have been prevailed. Yeah. So as you can see, we got one apartment, another apartment, and then here is another apartment, and then all the way far end is another apartment. So it's a 4 different apartment, but it's a 3-bedroom apartment and another 3-bedroom apartment, and then this is a single bedroom apartment, and then right here there's another 2-bedroom apartment right there, make it 4. And then inside this place there is an apartment, and this property here there's a 3-bedroom apartment, and then the last one go here. That was a 7 apartments right there. 7 apartments. So obviously we are working on our meters in the room just to create the meters for our client. As you can see, it's a big dark, but let's go there and see. So as you can see, all of here is going to take a meter. Each of the cable that we installed, 2 of them is going to take 1 meter. So we got 1, 2 here is going to take a 1 meter. Here is going to take another meter, and this place is going to take another meter, and then all the way here is another meter. When you go to the up is the same thing. So the 4 meters is going to be the ground floor, let me say the downs, and then another 4 meters is going to be the up. Yeah. Once we are creating it, it's not only that. This is the meter room. We have nothing to do about that. we got our bus bar, that we got our changeover, and then we got our TPN installed very nicely. And then we have everything here. So after we throw a certain light here, I'm going to capture another video for you guys. All right. All right. You can see the arrangement of the meter. Pretty good. Good arrangement. You can see it on the meter, how we arrange everything on the submarine board. And then you see we did a provision for the automated somewhere here. Automated gate. That was a provision over there. If you can see, let me zoom my camera a little bit. All right, let's get back to the meter room. Okay. All right. We got our TPN here, which is we are already installed. The TPN right there, we are already installed. And then we got the bus bar. And this bus bar, we can fix the AVR over here. We can fix the AVR over here. We can fix the AVR. And as you can see, we did the 18 for protection to the bus bar because it's a metaholic. And then here is the changeover for the solar. I think the changeover practically is not the entire house. It's just to support 1 meter, the meter for the compound, the external lighting, internal lighting, the cam brace for the compound, and then the security, the security fence, the fence wall, security features. And then this is a solar allowance to you. If they wanted to drop the solar, that was a solar allowance to you. So everything is now done. Everything now down. What we have to do is the 18 system, and then we don't have much space in the back side of the house, so we want them to finish the plumbing work, and then we come to. If you see this, that is the solar allowance. That is the solar allowance. We got a very nice changeover, very nice changeover, guys. I will see you next time.